Try this recipe and you'll be hooked. Serve it to your friends and family. They'll be hooked too. This is a game changer. And the amazing thing about this recipe is this base recipe can be used in so many different applications, especially if you're on the carnivore diet. Now, one of the ingredients some people do not like, but guys, if you are one of those, I ask that you please check out this video right here. It may be less a matter of you liking it and more a matter of the process used in order to be successful cooking with it. With that, guys, let's go ahead and get this fried rice mixed up. So we're gonna need to separate 5 egg whites. Now you want to go ahead and mix these up, and you're going to mix them until you reach stiff peaks. Stiff peaks are very important in this recipe because the pork rind will start to deflate the aeration of this egg white. Once you reach stiff peaks like this, we're going to go ahead and add our pork rinds. Now we'll add 3/4 cup rind flour. And I'm putting this in a bowl because we need to go ahead and sift this before we put it into our mixture. So now I got my 3/4 cup. I'm going to get out my sifter. So I'm going to go ahead and get these pork rinds mixed in. So as you can see the extra stuff? I do not want this in my mix. Now I've got a good fine mix right there. And with this recipe, there's no folding needed. You can simply put your mixer on low speed and keep this on low speed as you're mixing it. Go ahead and make sure that you get all of the stuff off these edges and off the bottom. Then once your dough looks like this, we're ready to make our tortillas. But we're going to be using some 9-inch parchment paper for this, and if you don't have that, it's fine. Just use regular standard parchment paper. And don't throw this out when you use it because you can reuse it to make multiple tortillas. So I'm going to take my grill to medium heat. I'm going to go ahead and take some of my mixture, and you want to place it towards the end on your paper like this. Then you want to spread it out a little bit. You'll see here in a minute why you want to do this. Now this recipe does, for pressing reasons, require a large spatula like this one. You can get this at Walmart. It's the Tasty brand extra wide spatula. We want to just let this hit and then press it out. Press it out again. You want these to be fairly thin for this recipe. If you want a thicker one, you press a little less and you'll get a thicker, more pita style dough. But you do need to continue to press this until this paper starts to separate. And as you see here, paper's starting to separate. And this tortilla looks a little better than the last. You'll notice the evenness though. Look at how thin this side is and how thick this side is. These work, again, but a tortilla press, in my opinion, is worth the money you spend because you will save a ton on tortillas. Here's without a tortilla press. Notice it's not as uniform, thick here, thin there. Here's with a tortilla press. You see, I have a good, consistent edge all the way around. With this tightly rolled, you can basically just come across here, cut these out. Then you can simply lay them out and cut out your pieces of rice. We're gonna go ahead and melt us 3 tablespoons butter. Once that butter's pretty well melted, we're gonna put in a heaping teaspoon of garlic. I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken. I'm gonna go ahead and let that brown for a bit. I'm gonna add some salt. Now if you're on strict carnivore, close your eyes because I'm going to go ahead and add about 1/3 cup onions. That nice golden color on the bottom of this. We want to sweat those onions just a little bit. We don't want them too cooked. We'll go ahead and move all of our stuff to one side. I'm going to go ahead and add some egg. This works much better on your stove versus an induction oven. You can actually hold your pan up a little more. Once it gets some body to it, then you can set your pan back down, let this brown a bit, and work this over in this corner. You want your egg to kind of get almost scrambled. Not quite, but almost. And we're almost to that point. Now it's time for some of you on keto and carnivore to close your eyes because you can use aminos here, but I'm using good old kikuman, what I always use when I made this before. I'm gonna hit this with some Keto, get it good and mixed. And now we're gonna add that good old carnivore rice. Once you've got that mixed in pretty good like this, it looks like it's kind of starting to dry. A good timer is to take another tablespoon of butter, drop it in. We're just gonna mix this in and keep cooking this until this butter melts. This is just a trick I use in order not to overcook my rice. Once that butter's fully melted, your rice is ready. If you like this video, check these out. I'm sure you'll like them as well. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video.